Okay, listen, we absolutely love AAA RPGs, but in this day and age, the most interesting RPGs aren't necessarily the biggest titles. They're often coming from smaller teams with big ideas. And if you're anything like us, you've been constantly craving that classic RPG feeling. Maybe it's the nostalgia, or maybe it's something more. Either way, this list of games is for you. My name's Chip, and here's our list of upcoming indie pixel RPGs to keep on your radar. What connects the games on this list isn't just pixelated nostalgia. Some are revisiting the essence of what a classic JRPG structure means, while others are experimenting with the formula in perhaps a way that larger projects can't really afford to. It seems like their intention is to feel fresh and unique in an era where it's getting incredibly harder to do so. And remember, if you like what you see, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us out. With no further delay, the first on our list is Forge of the Fae. Forge of the Fae immediately stands out because of its Celtic folklore-inspired yet steampunk fantasy setting. You join Fiora, a brilliant young inventor, on her quest to uncover the truth behind a series of mysterious disappearances. You step into an enchanting fantasy world brimming with magic, wonder, and danger. The combat looks really interesting. It's all about how everything works together. Skills, spells, passives are designed to connect, so experimenting with different setups apparently feels really rewarding. You can combine skills and magic to trigger stronger combo effects, and the Arc Crystal system lets you shape a battle style that fits the way that you want to play. There's also Adrenaline Surges, which give you extra turns, similar to Bravely Default, and it still uses classic elements like fire, wind, and water, but the fights move quickly and they never really feel old-fashioned. Overall, it looks like it's going to be easy to get into, but there's plenty of depth if you guys want to dig in and master the system. From what we've seen so far, gameplay leads into that traditional classic party-based RPG structure with turn-based combat and a strong emphasis on narrative choice. And from what we've heard so far, the game seems more interested in moral ambiguity rather than clear-cut good and evil. We're absolutely loving this game's atmosphere. This feels like a game that kind of wants you to sit down, slow down, listen to those conversations, maybe sit with an uncomfortable decision or two, and absorb the world rather than rushing through it. The game's also going to have Yoshino Aoki compose the soundtrack, which is really exciting news because they worked on the Breath of Fire 3 and 4 soundtracks and the Mega Man Battle Network series, alongside some of the tracks in Final Fantasy XIV. On top of that, they're also going to feature Emmy Evans, the voice you can hear in Nier Automata, Dark Souls, and the Drakengard 3 soundtracks. Forge of the Fae is coming to Steam, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox, but in terms of a release date, it's currently TBC. There's also a demo on Steam. I've yet to give this a go myself, but I'm looking forward to giving this a try later. But I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've tried this out. The next on our list is Alabaster Dawn. Now, this is a story-driven action RPG from the creators of Crosscode. It's said that there's going to be a focus on exploration, dialogue, and player choice, with a world that gradually opens up as you engage with it rather than constantly pushing you towards objectives. The game's setting describes itself as Juno finds herself in a ruined world she once called home. Her task, awaken the rest of humanity and rid the world of Nyx. Only in unity can the world be rebuilt, and only through the strength of a chosen one can the curse be broken. Combat is a huge part of the experience here, with inspirations being pulled from Devil May Cry, Kingdom Hearts, and the Final Fantasy Tactics series, which I'm personally hoping means we can look forward to fast, fluid action with a crunchy mix of tactical positioning thrown in for good measure. There's a strong emphasis on relationships and smaller decisions, how you talk to people, what you prioritize, and how you move through the world all shape the experiences in subtle ways. You can solve challenging puzzles using your weapons and team members, parkour along hidden paths, find treasure, or simply collect various resources while exploring the world of Turan's Soul. Treasure contains different rewards, such as recipes for the cooking system, gems to slot into your equipment, upgrade materials, and many more. Apparently, a planned 30 to 60 hours of playtime await you on this massive adventure, with 7 unique areas and many secrets to uncover. You get to rebuild settlements, establish trade routes, and advance science by helping people. Each new advancement will be accompanied by settlements changing visually, opening up new paths and opportunities. There's no release date yet for Alabaster Dawn, but it's coming to Steam and there's a demo out now. Next on the list is Threads of Time. Threads of Time wears its Chrono Trigger inspiration proudly on its sleeve. Just like Chrono Trigger, you move through different areas, and what you do in one period can change what happens in another, making your choices feel meaningful. Battles aren't random, you see enemies in the overworld and jump into turn-based combat with your party, using abilities and elemental interactions strategically. The pixel art style is super clean and detailed, giving that game that classic look without feeling outdated, and developer Rio Games are using the Unreal Engine, which allows some interesting uses of 3D, similar to the Suikoden series that perhaps gives it a bit more of a modern twist. It really feels like someone's taken that HD 2D formula that we've seen in Octopath Traveler and perhaps pushed it to the next level. Threads of Time is coming to PC and Xbox, with the release date being TBC. Speaking of Suikoden, the next one on the list draws some huge inspirations from Murayama's project. In Sacrifire, you play as Ezekiel Redan, a young priest who struggles to keep his faith as the world he loves is threatened by a war between gods and demons. You travel between the sprawling subterranean city of Antioch and the idyllic spirit paradise of Erebus in a universe which combines fantasy and science fiction. It features dynamic battles that blend turn-based and real-time combat elements together to provide this fluid experience that's supposed to feel challenging and satisfying. You could fight alongside companions, choose from multiple weapons, and string attacks together to create elaborate combos. The devs have said to expect a story that aims to both respect and subvert the standard RPG tropes, so although you'll feel right at home with our cast of lovable characters, you'll never know what to expect next. The soundtrack is also being produced by composing legend Motoi Sakuraba, known for his work on Star Ocean, the Tale series, and the iconic Golden Sun trilogy. I'm really looking forward to this one. Sacrifire is coming to PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and PC Q1 2026. The next on our list is The Adventures of Elliot. It's a new action RPG by the creators of the Octopath Traveler series and Bravely Default. The game takes place on Philadelphia? That is mental. How do you even say that? A continent dominated by beast tribes. You play as Elliot, joined by his fairy companion Faye, and together you explore a newly set of discovered ruins outside the protective walls of humanity's last stronghold, the Kingdom of Hoover. Princess Huria, whose magic keeps the kingdom's barrier in place, helps guide Elliot through the ruins, and along the way he uncovers a mysterious artifact called the Doorway of Time, which links the past and present, turning his journey into an adventure that stretches across both space and time. The Adventures of Elliot gameplay is designed to be simple and easy to pick up, and unlike the other HE2D games, there's no turn-based combat, no party system, and you fight in real time using 7 weapons, from swords, bows, to chains and sickles, each with unique abilities. A second player can control Elliot's fairy companion, Faye, helping him in battles, grabbing items, and assisting with puzzles and platforming. Elliot also has a dash and a warp that lets him teleport to Faye's location, and he can use his shield to block or parry attacks, detonate bombs, or open doors. You can equip 2 weapons at a time and switch them freely, with treasure chests and puzzle shrines giving you magical fragments to boost your weapons with extra effect. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually first disappointed for this when it first dropped. I played the demo and I wasn't overly impressed. I'm still not fond of the main character, but I saw someone describe this as Square Enix's take on Zelda, and for some reason that immediately flipped a switch in my brain, and now I can't wait to get my hands on this just to see how much that comparison holds up. Adventures of Elliot is coming to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, PC, and Xbox in 2026. Congratulations, you're halfway through the list. If you like what you're watching, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Next on the list is ZWAARD. ZWAARD is an upcoming action-adventure game set in a haunting, post-apocalyptic world where humanity is on the brink of survival and depends on your blade. In ZWAARD, you scavenge components from the ruins of the city to customize your sword, letting you shape its stats and combat style to fit how you like to play. Combat blends precision strikes, dodges, and tactical movement as you face off against all kinds of mutated creatures and bosses, making each fight feel both fluid and strategic. The game also leans into open-world exploration with vast landscapes filled with hidden secrets, atmospheric environments, and relics to help unravel the mystery of the disaster that shattered the world. I'm super excited for this one. This genuinely feels like if Hyperlight Drifter and The Legend of Zelda had a sweet baby. The visuals are super rich with this highly detailed pixel art, and the modular blade system sounds super cool in how you approach enemies and build your weapons over time. ZWAARD is coming to PC in 2026. Next on the list is Tears of Magic. Tears of Magic is an upcoming RPG that combines classic exploration, magical combat, and character-driven storytelling inspired by the Breath of Fire series and, surprisingly, Mass Effect. The story goes that you were born as one of the last dragons in the world, where dragons have not been seen in over a century. After manifesting your powers for the first time, you witness the disaster such unbridled power can wreak. That made you seek the training and protection of the Seekers, an organization of mages that work to prevent corruption from occurring around Westeros, the western continent. Under their guidance, you learn to control your power and have now been sent on a mission to investigate a series of corruption cases caused by unknown forces, where you'll meet both horrifying new foes and powerful, steadfast allies. A journey which will uncover the secrets of the world, dragons, and magic. Combat emphasizes both tactical positioning and the creative use of magical abilities, letting players experiment with different combinations. You can transform into powerful dragons, and there are multiple forms to fit different combat styles, each of them customizable with different traits to change their skills and elemental affinities. With the right combination of form and traits, you can even unlock legendary transformations. The game also features quests and dialogue choices that influence the story, adding depth to character interactions. With pixel art visuals and a focus on magical world building, Tears of Magic promises a nostalgic yet modern RPG experience, though release dates and platforms besides Steam are yet to be confirmed. Isometric Souls? Anyone? Chrono Sword is a Souls-like action RPG set within a vast world requiring players to travel between the past and the future to uncover the secrets lying under the world's surface. You travel through the time gate to visit the past of the collapsing world and the future that has already been destroyed in order to find the reasons for its devastation. Your past choices may change the future, but the opposite may also occur, where future time paradoxes alter the past. Chrono Sword aims to capture the nostalgia of classic JRPGs while delivering a fresh, action-oriented experience. It's currently on PC in early access with a full release date planned later. The next on our list is Fallen Fates. The creators of Astral Descent and Dark Devotion present a new top-down action RPG brought to life through beautiful hand-drawn pixel art packed with epic, intense combat. It was kickstarted and funded within 48 hours. Developer Hibernian Workshop promises an unforgettable journey into a vast 2D pixel art fantasy world filled with formidable foes, memorable encounters, and a supporting cast of characters who bring the whole world to life. The story setup is that crystals are falling out of the sky, tearing through the land of Tellus and unleashing mysterious creatures and destruction. Tellus now faces devastation as cities crumble and strange forces spread. In a last effort to survive, humans merge with magical beings to create powerful warriors, explore a world on the brink, uncover its secrets, and fight to protect what remains. You take control of two heroes, Arvin, a human ranger who hunts down shadows for a living and is in dire need of more strength, and Kat, an Ethereal, which is an immaterial entity newly brought into a world she knows nothing about. The trailer features the iconic voice of Ben Starr, known mostly for his role as the gravelly Clive Rosfield in the absolute spectacle that was Final Fantasy XVI. There's no release date for this one just yet, but this one's coming to Steam. Do you like Pokemon? Well, then Lumentale might just be for you. Lumentale is a monster collector RPG set in a beautiful, enchanting world. Lumentale is set in the world of Talia, where energy known as Anubis throws through every single living thing, giving rise to the mystical creatures known as Animon. Talia was united in peace under the rule of an emperor, but since his passing, a brutal civil war has sparked out between Logos and Mythos, the north and south of the lands. Combat revolves around a system of action speed points, a value tied to each Animon's speed that determines how quickly they can act in a fight. Each action your Animon performs has a cost, and choosing the best sequence of moves can turn the tide in any encounter. You wield a mysterious artifact known as the Holocan, a tool used both to capture Animons in the wild and to channel their power in battle. Beyond combat, the Holocan allows you to interact with the environment, solving puzzles, and uncovering hidden secrets tied to elemental energy. The flavor text reads, test your skills with the Holocan and catch Animon in the field to recruit them to your party, or initiate an incredible and exciting battle against them to prove your mettle. Every Animon can perform their own abilities and skills, and victory is achieved through using the best strategy with your team. There are around 140 known species, with 13 elemental types, which are categorized with attributes depending on the emotion they're able to evoke in people. Engage in thrilling 1v1 duels, or team up for epic 4v4 showdowns with your party in battle. Level up your Animon and outsmart your opponents by using the best strategy to win. Each Animon has strengths and weaknesses for you to uncover, so use them to your advantage. Honestly sounds a lot like Pokemon. There's also cooking and crafting, as well as an area called the Anispace, which kind of reminds us of the secret bases of Ruby and Sapphire. The Anispace is described as a place that exists and doesn't exist at the same time, a space detached from the world we know it. Here is where you'll find your Animon after you capture them, and where you'll be able to train your Animon for battle, customize their space when they're not in your battle party, and create stronger bonds with them. Lumentale's unique take on the monster collector formula is dropping on Steam in 2026. So that's our list of upcoming indie pixel RPGs. There are absolutely loads of these that are coming out, but these are the ones that we're looking forward to the most. For me personally, I'm looking forward to the action RPGs more than perhaps the traditional turn-based ones. Having said that, I'm a huge Breath of Fire fan, so Tears of Magic speaks to me on a deep level. What are you guys looking forward to? Let us know in the comments. If you like what you see, drop us a like, and if you're feeling nice, drop us a sub. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time.